Okay, great. So everyone should be able to see my screen. So again, good morning, everyone. My name is Rafael Borja, and I am one of the diversity business liaisons with the Governor's Office of Diversity. Today, I will be providing all of you a diversity business program overview from the state of Tennessee. So to start off, um, we briefly went with some introductions. Um, we're going to be talking about the Governor's Office of Diversity, a bit about the history, a bit about the policy, some of the benefits of becoming certified with GoDBE, which is our acronym. Also, we're going to take a look at our directory, procurement opportunities, benefits of becoming an e-supplier, which is the vendor supplier registration with the state, and also some helpful tools and resources to getting also registered as an e-supplier. And we will also be answering questions that you may have. Um, so to start off, I just wanted to start with a brief quote by Mahatma Gandhi, and it reads, "Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization." So this is something that our office definitely strives for, um, to have more diversity in what it is the state's procurements and the procurement procedures, so that there is more inclusion within state contracting. And so a bit about our history. The TCA 12-3-1102-1107, this was amended on April the 2nd of 2012, and it established the Governor's Office of Diversity Business Enterprise, also known as GoDBE, within the Department of General Services under the direction of the Central Procurement Office. So our office is the central point of contact to attract and assist small businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, persons with disability-owned businesses, and also service-disabled veteran-owned businesses. So we assist them with successfully compete within state procurement and contracting activity. Our strategy is that we work with our partners and other state agencies to support diversity business enterprises. And our goals are to develop these enterprises into viable, successful businesses, and also to ensure their optimal level of diversity in state contracting. And so part of this would be also engaging with partners such as the Small Business Development Center. I am also the diversity liaison for Austin P State. So I also work with closely with the purchasing department of the university and assist also businesses that are currently doing business with the university as well. And so a bit about the eligibility for the certifications. I think we have a question from Mr. Derek Poor. Okay, and it reads, thank you for sharing the valuable information. Yes, so we can send a copy of the presentation as
Mhm.
well. At the end, I will be sending a copy to Ms. Peters, and then she can distribute accordingly.
Yeah, so we will have a copy of the presentation and also we'll send you a link to the recording also.
Great, great. Um, so a bit about the eligibility for being certified with the state of Tennessee as a diversity businesses. I'm gonna go through the 5 categories that we certified with, and give you the definitions of what we look for to certify those types of businesses. So all businesses certified with GoDBE must be independent. They also must be for-profit businesses. What we mean by independent is that they have to be businesses that don't rely on other entities, um, don't rely on resources from other businesses. So you have to be independent, you have to be for profit, and also you have to perform a commercial useful function as well. And so within the five categories, each of them have different eligibilities depending on the category. So for the minority business enterprises, the business has to be at least 51% owned and controlled by one or more minority individuals. And what we look for is um, individuals that have been impeded from normal entry into the economic mainstream because of past practices of discrimination based on race or ethnic background. Um, so the four minority groups that we certify as minority businesses are African American, Asian American, Native American, and Hispanic American. For women business enterprise, the business has to also be at least 51% owned and controlled by one or more women, or in case of any publicly owned business, at least 51% owner of the stock, which is controlled by one or more women. We also definitely focus on the women within the business being able to have full control, full authority of the business on day-to-day operations of the business, management. They would also have to have the highest rank within the business to qualify and also be the highest compensated official within the business as well. So that's very important. Moving along for the service disabled veteran business, the business has to be owned by any person that has served honorably on active duty in the armed forces of the United States. And they also have to be, to qualify, they have to have at least 20% of disability, um, meaning that their disability was occurred or aggravated in the line of duty in the active military, naval, or air service, Air Force service. So they do have to have that 20% disability coming from the Veterans Office of the United States. For the next certification is the persons with disabilities. So this is actually our newest category of certification. It's one that we are definitely looking forward to increase our number of certifications. But to qualify for this, the business has to be owned by a person with a disability that is a continuing disability. They also have to be independent for-profit business as well with a commercial useful function. The disabled individual also has to own the business 51%. So same applies for these businesses. They have to also be the person who has a majority of control of day-to-day operations, management, as well as a highest ranking of official within the business as well. And we also take a big consideration to qualify. It has to the business has to provide a letter from a medical professional stating their disability to be eligible for this certification. Also, for the last category, we have the small business certification. In order to qualify for this certification, the business has to have a total of gross receipts of no more than $10 million averaged over a 3-year period. Or they also have to employ no more than 99 full-time employees. So most businesses actually would qualify for a small business certification. So I do like to emphasize on this certification because most businesses, whenever we think of diversity businesses, we usually just think of minority owned or women owned. However, with the state of Tennessee, small businesses are also included in the program. So most businesses would actually qualify at least to the small business certification. And it's an either or case with this one. Most businesses have less than 99 full-time employees or no more than. So that in itself could qualify you for that certification. One thing to keep in mind as well is that whenever you are planning to apply to be certified with the state, is that the certification, you would have to choose one category to be certified. We don't certify for multiple categories. So the owners must choose which one would be they would like to be certified if they are eligible for more than one. So I just wanted to also clarify that as well. On this next slide, you will see the breakdown of the current certified businesses. So effective of last month, August of 2021, our database had almost 2,000 certified businesses. So 1,911 certified businesses. As you can see, we have 672 minority businesses, women-owned businesses, 723, small businesses, 435, service disabled veteran-owned businesses, 77, and the newest category, persons with disability, 4, which, as I mentioned, we're definitely looking forward to increase that number um, in the future. And as you can see on the screen, we also have a section that it says 40 plus awarded SWC suppliers, which means there are over 40 certified businesses that currently hold statewide contracts. So that's definitely great news. We definitely encourage businesses to bid on projects with the state, and many of them have been successful in being awarded contracts. Not only contracts with just a particular department, but as you can see, also statewide contracts. Okay. So moving along, some of the benefits of becoming certified with the state of Tennessee is that the certification is free of cost. So this is a free service that the state provides to businesses. It is 100% online, the application. So you wouldn't have to mail anything. It's all done online. We provide one-on-one assistance with several procurement opportunities. And also, if you need assistance in regards to the application itself, we can also schedule appointments and help you complete the application as well. We also,
Rafael, right, quick question right here. Can you give us a more detailed example of how you've been able to help a business entity, I would say, within the last year or so?
Yes, so this happens on a regular basis. We have several businesses that contact our office. They're interested in bidding for projects, or they want a liaison to connect them to the right department, to the right person, let's say. So what we do is we facilitate those connections to them internally. Um, so we facilitate the connection with the department so they can get and speak with the right person. Um, let's say if a business is interested in doing business regarding software, let's say, what we do is we connect them to the department or the division that is doing software contracting with the state, and then they can build a relationship with that procurement specialist, that procurement coordinator. So once the coordinator and the business establish a relationship, they're able to keep them in mind whenever a procurement comes along. They can be receiving those opportunities and be able to bid on them as well. Because sometimes the businesses, they're just not aware of what's going on with the state, or they don't know when a contract is going to be coming up, for example, and we provide those connections within the state.
Thank you so
So
much.
yes, you're welcome. So going along on those few statements, um, we provide procurement opportunities, overviews as well, if you are interested in learning where to find them and what the websites are. Also, the state also has a lot of subcontracting opportunities as well. So there are several businesses that are looking to subcontract with diversity-owned businesses. Um, there is a large percentage of subcontracting opportunities, uh, primarily within the construction industry, but there are other subcontracting opportunities in other areas as well, such as tech or marketing, just to name a few. Um, so there is a lot of subcontracting um, opportunities as well. Another good benefit is that we also provide bid notifications. So whenever we receive an opportunity from one of the category specialists or sourcing analysts that are part of the central procurement office, we receive those from them, and then we send out notifications to the businesses that are able to provide those services or products. We also assist the agencies or departments in meeting their diversity goal. So one thing to also know is that each department of state has a diversity goal that they need to complete every fiscal year. So we assist the departments in achieving their goal by increasing the utilization of diversity businesses so they meet their goals. So typically the goal that they have is around 12%. However, this varies depending on the agency or department's size and needs. Just to give you an example, the University of Austin P State University has a goal of 4% that they need to complete each fiscal year. So we try to, get as much um, utilization as possible and sending out those opportunities so that businesses are able to bid on the projects that the university has going on. Also, another good benefit, and this applies on invitations to bids coming from the state. If if you tie on a bid and you are certified on a bid and the other business is not, this could be an advantage for you because the state would highly consider the certified businesses, um, in case of a tie. So this could be the thing that gives you the award, gives you the contract in case of a tie. So that's also one thing to keep in mind. Also, we provide reciprocity with other state and local government partners. What we mean by this is that we do have a reciprocal reciprocal application that businesses can complete online. And so, for example, if your business is certified with the Department of Transportation or, let's say, an airport authority, we provide reciprocity with them. So the application process would be much more streamlined at that point. As I previously mentioned, another good benefit or a good statement to point out is that we have over 40 statewide contracts that are being managed and awarded by diversity-owned businesses at this time. In the next slide, what I wanted to show you all is the directory that we have. So I'm just gonna share my screen again to pull out our directory, and just give me one moment.
Do we have any questions while he's doing that? Thank you for providing this great information to us today, Raphael.
Yes, you're very welcome.
While you're pulling up that information, have you seen a decrease in contractors since COVID happened and we're now in the new year? Have you seen a decrease in calls for contractors to do certain things within the state?
In certain areas, yes. There has been a decrease. There are agencies that are not procuring as much as they used to, but slowly this year, actually, it's been picking back up this new fiscal year. For those of you that may not know, the fiscal year, it starts on July the 1st of each year and it ends on June the 30th of the following year. So right now we are still on the first quarter of the new fiscal year. So for the new fiscal year, the new budgets, we already have the new budgets and um, procurements are starting along at this time. So it's really picking back up. Last year with COVID, things were delayed. There were several contracts delayed, some of them canceled, just because of the state budget. It was cut for last year. So, but now it's picking back up. Thank you for the question. So this actually, everybody should be able to see my screen. This is actually our website. So this is called the tn.diversitysoftware.com. This is the website where you will be applying for the certification and where we have our resources. Um, so I will actually be copying this website in the chat box. Please feel free to to bookmark our website if you'd like. It's a really great website. Okay. So what we will do at this time is um, look at our directory. So as you can see, the main page is going to be your login information for the future whenever you're applying. We have our registered directory here. This is going to be your box when you're going to apply for the certification. We are going to take a look at procurement opportunities in just a moment as well. And we also have training opportunities. If you want to get familiar with the system, there are training classes available for you. So you are able to utilize the system and learn about all of its capabilities for you as a user. But moving along with the directory, this is a great directory. As I mentioned, we have almost 2,000 businesses certified. So if you are ever in need of looking and maybe partnering with other businesses that are diversity owned businesses, please feel free to utilize our directory. It is free, so it's public as well. So you may access this information. And so you can actually choose what type of business you want to search for. Like if you just want to search for minority owned businesses, you can just check for minorities. If you want to do all of the diversity businesses, you can just keep all the selected categories. You can also search by a name. So if you want to know, hey, I wonder if this business is certified with the state, you can also type in their name and see if they're certified or not. You can also type in their business description if you're looking for a particular type of business, like let's say a marketing business, for example. You just type the word marketing there. We also have the search engine for commodity codes. Commodity codes are the codes that pretty much determines what type of business services and products they provide. So these are codes that you can look up for services and products. So let's say I want to search businesses that do cleaning or that they do janitorial, let's say. So I just type the word cleaning and then I click search. And then all the codes that have the word cleaning in it will come up in the system. So it is up to you to select which code you want to look for. So if I want janitorial businesses that do cleaning, then I would just search for the code that says that has, that service that I want to search for. So you can do any code that you want. You can add multiple codes. Um, So I'm just going to give you a brief example in here. So let's say I just want to search for cleaning and janitorial supplies. So I just click where it says add, and that's going to add the codes. And I'm finished. I don't want to search anymore. So I just click on the box that says finished on the right side. And then I would just click down here, the box that says search, and then that's going to pull out all the businesses that are certified that provide cleaning supplies. So as you can see, we have 35 businesses under those codes, and we have a list of here of all the businesses, where they're at, like as far as the location, the town or city that they're in, and also you can see what type of certification they have. So just for this example, let's say I want to see what absolute luxury. They're located in Antioch, Tennessee, and they're a minority business. To look at their details, you simply click on the certification type, and then this is going to pull out their information. So Mr. Rodriguez is the owner of the business. We have the address, phone, email, and website of the business so you can contact the business. We have the codes for the business, their service industry. And so this is really great information if you want to partner with other businesses and contact them and build a relationship with them as well. Um,
Also pause right here for a minute.
yes.
Any questions? If you want to just say a question, I am allowing everyone to talk. I'm giving you the opportunity to talk if you want to. So I'm just muting. You'll have to unmute yourself if you need to speak. But I'm giving you the opportunity to speak if you need to. So no questions right now, Raphael.
Okay, thank you. And so to go back, let's say you want to go back and you want to do another search, you just click edit or clear parameters to do it again. And you can search for also if you want to search for business in a city or a state, because we have businesses that are certified out of state and they apply as reciprocals with us. Um, if you want to search by business activity or category, you can do that. If you know their Edison number, Edison is the supplier ID number that the state provides the businesses. And I'm going to speak on that in just a few as well. But this is the directory. I hope that this is useful to many of you, and you're able to utilize it as you may need in the future. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so now we've looked at our directory. Um, some of the graphs that show at this time what has been awarded as far as diversity spend through the state. So as you can see this graph, it shows what the state has awarded businesses that are diversity businesses each fiscal year. So the office was started on 2004, and since then there has been $5 billion in certified business spend since the creation of GoDBE. For this fiscal year that just passed, we have reached again yet another record of $763 million in diversity spend. One thing that we are definitely thankful for all the business community with the state is that they have allowed the state to increase this number each year. So we definitely want to thank you, everyone that is certified, because we could not do it without the certified businesses. So we are really appreciative, and we know that this is definitely not a common trend. There aren't, to our knowledge, there's no other state in the country that has a chart that trends this way. Usually, diversity spend tends to fluctuate. Some years are a bit lower than others, but we have been very fortunate in the state of Tennessee that each year the diversity spend keeps going up. So that is something great as well. And so for the past fiscal year, we have been focusing with the new governor, Lee. His executive order number 1 was to have more outreach in rural counties. So this is something that we're also focusing on. So during the past fiscal year, the state had $44.2 million in transactions, meaning awarded dollars to diversity-owned businesses. And as you can see on the graph, the main rural counties are Carroll, Putnam, Gibson, and Wilson. But we are definitely trying to increase the diversity within the other rural counties across the state. So this is something that we are focusing as well in the future. And next up, we will be taking a look at our procurement opportunities. So to enter to our procurement opportunities websites, we will go again back to our TN diversity software system. And then from there, we will be able to access our procurement opportunities for those who are interested in looking at those. It's really great, a really good information as well. So we're gonna go back to our website. As you can see, I'm back in the home page. And so to access the current procurement opportunities, you just simply scroll down and you'll see on your left side, there's the section that says procurement opportunities. And then you would simply just click on the box. And once you do so, it's gonna open up this website, which is um, again, this is part of our website. It's the GoDBE main page with the state. So as you can see here, we have our current procurement opportunities. So we have our invitations to bid here. We have requests for proposals, forecast of acquisition. And so I'm going to briefly speak on these main ones. The first one being invitations to bid. Here you're going to have a good amount of information for invitations to bids. If you want to learn how to enter a bid online into the Edison system, which is the system that the state uses um, to submit bids online, we have a guide for that. We also have a guide to get registered in Edison if you're not registered yet. If I scroll down, we will see our procurement opportunities. We have the first one up here is the most recent one. So in the list, the top one is going to be the most recent one that's posted. So this one, for example, was the West Tennessee storage buildings, and it was posted on September the 9th. On the right side, left side, I'm sorry, you will see your attachments for all of the documents that you will need to look for your bid. So you have your event details document, which is the document that shows the questions that you need to answer, which are called bid factors. It will also have the name of the event, when it's due, the contact person. If you need to contact the coordinator of the contract, you will be able to find that information here. You will also have your specifications, which is the scope of work, and you will also see your terms and conditions. These are the three main documents that invitations to bids will have. If there are other documents, they will attach them here as well. So as you can see, we have other two attachments here. And this can be different things, like if you need, if there's a map, let's say for a construction project, they will attach it here. If there is a pre-bid memo for a pre-bid meeting, they will attach it here. So all your attachments will be here in this section. This website gets updated um, every week, several times a week as well. So this is the current updated information at this time. If you scroll down, you will see the other procurements that are a bit older, and some of them may still be active to bid on, but that would be, you would have to see into the event details to see when they're due. Any questions at this time? Okay. Moving along, we have the request for proposals, which is going to be another great website for you if you provide professional services. This is going to be where you will find your proposals. These types of procurements are a bit more specialized because you will be evaluated on a proposal, on a technical proposal, and also a cost proposal. So that's something that you will look for as well. As you can see, the layout is very similar to the other one. You have your event title here when it was posted and your attachments on the left side. So you have your documents here for you to look at. This is going to be your request for proposal document, which is it's a large document because it has your technical proposal questions and your cost proposal questions. So everything is included there for you. And on this section, it's going to be most of professional services. The invitations to bid is going to be, for the most part, focused on commodities. So like products that you sell, or, if you have any products that you manufacture as well. Okay. Any questions at this time? Okay, we also have our forecast of acquisitions. This document is a really great document as well. This shows what the departments of state and agencies are anticipating to procure during the fiscal year. So this is a new one that was released on July 1st of this year. So this is going to show you the list of everything that's coming up during this fiscal year. So for those of you who want to know what's coming up, this is a good document to look at. It's going to show all of the departments of state, including the universities and colleges, what they have anticipated to procure during the fiscal year. So as you can see as an example here, the Department of Children's Services has a procurement for therapeutic family prevention services. It shows that it's a statewide contract. The estimated bid date is for December of this year. The value is over $500,000, and it also has the contact name and number for the coordinator who's doing the contract. So this is a good opportunity for you to look at what's coming up, and it's gonna give you good information. What I recommend is that businesses, look at the list and they highlight whatever they're interested in. They can contact the coordinator and introduce themselves. So when the bid is released, they are aware of, when it's going to be released, and they can also establish a relationship with the procurement coordinator. And as you can see here, we have a lot of different services from all different types of industries. So the state procures a lot of things. So if your business provides something that the state could procure, it's really a good opportunity to look at this list and to become certified. Okay. Any questions at this time? Okay.
Don't mind for a minute. Let me, the polls option is working again. I'll bring this poll up
Okay.
and everyone should be seeing it now. If you can answer this question, what is a DBE entity? What is a diversity enterprise? Do you think it's the minority business enterprise? And then we have other options down there. Feel free to choose one and then we'll move on with the discussion, Raphael.
Great, thank you.
Attendees, are any of the poll on your screen? If you can, feel free to take the poll. Thanks. All right, we'll end the poll here. Before we end the poll, do you want to speak more on the different enterprises I have on the screen, Raphael? One person chose minority business enterprise is the diversity enterprise entity. Do you want to talk about that?
Of the minority, yes. So the minority businesses, they're definitely a diversity business enterprise, as I had mentioned. It's one of the certifications we provide as well. And I think that was kind of like a trick question.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we're paying attention because
yes.
all of the ones on the screen they can be certified as a diversity enterprise, right?
Yes, you're correct. Yes. So keep in mind, all of them are diversity businesses
Perfect.
um, with the state. Um, so as you can see here on the screen, we also have statewide contracts with certified businesses link. This is just gonna show which statewide contracts are at this time and businesses that hold them. We also have the Tennessee Lottery procurement opportunities, which this is actually gonna lead you to their website. It's not gonna be particularly the state of Tennessee, but they're one of our partners. We also have all of the universities included in this list. So the next one, we have the University of Tennessee invitations to bid. It's gonna lead you to their page. And we have construction opportunities here. If you're in the construction industry, we have the capital projects with the uh, real estate and asset management office. We have the Tennessee Board of Regents, which are all the colleges, the community colleges. And we also have the universities, University of Tennessee, we have Austin P, East Tennessee State, MTSU, which is Middle Tennessee State, Tennessee Tech, and the University of Memphis. So these are all of their construction opportunity links if you're in the construction industry. We also have community development block grants, which are grants. These are not state grants, just to be clear. These are um, from local government, which local government is like counties and cities across the state. But we also help them promote their projects. So these essentially are invitations to bid within the construction industry that they do focus on these ones for minority and women owned because these projects tend to have federal funding. So in federal funding, they have set asides for minorities and women owned. The state of Tennessee doesn't have a set aside program, um, but we definitely try to encourage and include as much as possible. But this is also a good information if you're interested in that as well. So any questions at this time? Okay.
Do you have, is that the
Yeah.
end of your presentation for us, Raphael?
Um, no, I still have just a few more details that I can briefly go over. And it's just regarding the Edison registration. So keep in mind, you have to be registered as a vendor with the state to apply for your certification with the diversity certification. So these are the things you should know um, about the registration for vendors. So Edison is the state's electronic enterprise resource system. It's where they will be paying you if you win a contract and where you would submit your bids online. We recommend to visit the Edison page bi-weekly or at a minimum of once a month in order to remain familiar with the software. Also, maintain username and password information for future reference. Always update your contact information. Make sure your commodity codes are updated as well. And track and monitor your invoices for payment. We have some really great videos here if you want to learn how to get registered. And this is all going to be in the presentation that I will be sending to Ms. Peters for you to look and become familiar to get registered as a vendor. Um, and then just to keep in mind for those who are interested in applying at this time to the certification, your step one is going to be going to our website and then click on the box that says apply / renew for certification. This is our staff information. We have our director, Ms. Jessica Starling. Richard Van Norman, he's our lead, our supervisor, and he does professional services specifically. We have Ms. Gwen Sanders, she is the construction liaison. Edric Hammond, liaison for colleges and universities and construction. And myself, Rafael Borja, I am the liaison for the Central Procurement Office and also colleges and universities as well. With that, I will be, taking any questions that anybody may have, or if Ms. Peters has any additional information at this time.
No additional information at this time. I just want to thank you for spending your time with us today and talking to us more about how our businesses can work towards receiving a certification as a diverse in DBE, a diverse business enterprise. So thank you so much for being here with us, everyone. Any other questions from Erica? Thank y'all. Erica Bellamy just sent something. Thank you so much both for your help and information. Anyone else, anyone on this call or a part of our conversation today, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. I will make sure to send Rafael's information to you when I send out the recording. And also when I send out, I'll send out a recording, the presentation slides, and Rafael's information to you.
Great, great. Thank you again so much for having me. I hope this information was beneficial to everyone. We are planning to hopefully have a workshop next year for those of you who are interested in having like the actual walkthrough of the application. So be aware there's more to come, and I really look forward to working with everyone present in the future, and know that I am here for you and I'm here to help you and your business.
Thank you so much, Rafael, and thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. Remember, the Small Business Development Center is here for you in 2021 and beyond. Speak with all of you soon. Be safe and healthy. Thank you. Bye-bye.